谁呀？莲源法师今天没有，连恩有。Hello testing。testing。阿弥陀佛。阿弥陀佛，大家晚上好。今天晚上有做皈依灌顶的吗？有做皈依灌顶哦呀，好，谢谢。还有，请大家注意一下，你们的手机有没有调为震动或者关机？请大家再合作一下，你们的手机有没有调为震动或者关机？请注意一下哈。西雅图雷藏寺每年呢都有举办这个冬令送暖活动大家有没有留意到呢？或者有没有上西雅图雷藏寺的网站？都非常方便。西雅图雷藏寺都秉持根本上师法王莲生活佛的慈悲教示，每一年呢都会为这个贫穷协通的所属家庭啊，以及到还有那些那个游民众啊，就他们没有无家可归的游民众呢，都会西雅图雷藏寺都会赞助资金或者买新的保暖的物品给这些需要的 由民众呢，所以每年西雅图雷藏寺都这个到冬天的时候都会有这个冬令活动，举办送暖活动的。大家如果有赞助的话呢，如果你们可以在网络刷卡，也可以放到我们这个功德箱那个赞助冬令活动的那一个功德箱里面，善款善用，要注明是赞助冬令的救济赞助表这样子。所以如果有需要报税的，也可以写上你的名字跟地址。欢迎大家也可以上西雅图雷藏寺的网站查询，非常的方便给大家赞助。真佛州美国西雅图雷藏寺同修药师佛本尊法一会大众恭敬合掌，恭迎无上法王圣尊莲生活佛，一会大众唱诵莲花童子心咒。 问候师尊好，师母好，大家好。顶礼坛城做观想大礼拜，一拜根本传承上师及诸佛。嗡啊吽，观想顶礼，回天心善引。二拜诸菩萨。嗡啊吽，观想顶礼，回天心善引。三拜诸护法金刚。嗡啊吽，观想顶礼，回天心善引。四平等一起手。恭请法王圣尊莲生活佛升法王座。
We welcome our lineage Guru, Holiness Living Buddha Lian Sheng, to enter into the temple hall and ascend to the Dharma throne.
师母莲香上师，请上座。长老仁波切，诸位上师，请上座。
Master Lian Sheng to be seated, and also the elders Rinpoches and masters.
教授师、法师，请上座。讲师、助教、贵宾、同门善信大德，请就座。
And everybody, please be seated.
今晚的贵宾，欢迎廖东洲大使及夫人朱迪师姐。
Guests of honors this evening, Ambassador and Madam.
依照雷藏寺往常的惯例，请第一次来或很久没有来参加同修的同门，请暂时来自我介绍。
who hasn't been here for a very long time or here for the first time, to please stand up and introduce yourself. Please say your name and where you came from.
请站起来。
Hello, everyone. Nice to meet you all. My name is Maroon Wang. I'm from New York. This is my first time in Seattle. Thank you very much for having me.
Welcome.
尊敬的西尊，各位上师，各位同行，我是来自广东的黄成辉，第一次来，谢谢。
I came from Guangdong Province, my first time here.
师尊好，大家晚上好，我是来自广东省的李志宏，谢谢。
欢迎。
Also from Guangdong Province.
Hello, good evening, Grandmaster. I'm Redmond, and I came with my mom from Jakarta in Indonesia. Very glad to be back.
Welcome.
珍贵的师兄，我是苗卫城，新加坡人。自从2000年的第
Came
一次
from
对法同没有
Singapore.
法会之后，我已经23年08个月没有到过礼堂寺。
It's been 23 years
谢谢师尊加持。
since I've been here. Thank you, Grandmaster, for your blessings.
尊敬的师尊，晚上好，各位大家好，我是来自马来西亚槟城大吉乐雷藏寺的陈炫灵，
From Penang, Malaysia.
欢迎你。龙边还有要做自我介绍的吗？好，没有。虎边这一边呢？
我是来自阿拉斯加，我是1989年皈依很久的弟子，所以我每次回到西雅图
took refuge in 1989. Every time I come back to Seattle, I feel like coming home to my mother's home. So the saying says that being a teacher for one day is as if being a father for the whole life. So 2024 would be Grandmaster's 80th birthday. Please come home and we'll have a reunion.
师尊好，大家好，我们是来自石家庄的，我叫董伟。
From Singapore.
欢迎你们。还有吗？要做自我介绍的？
Anybody else?
那让我们以热烈的掌声欢迎世界各地的众上师、教授师、法师、讲师、助教、贵宾、同门善信大德来参加同修。
Thank you for participating in this group practice. The practice is medicine Buddha. Visualize through Buddha lineage. Namo Vairocana Buddha. Namo Buddha Lokana. Namo Amitabha Buddha.
Namo Lian Sheng
Namo Padma Kumara. Namo Living Buddha Lian Sheng. Visualize Grandmaster and all Buddhas and Bodhisattvas radiating light to bless us. Reset Padma Kumara mantra 7 times.
Om Guru Lian Sheng Siddhi Hom. 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 做四无量观。
Perform the visualization of the four boundless minds. To your left, your father and relatives and ancestors from the father's side. To your right, your mother and from the mother's side. Behind us, friends, teachers, and benefactors. In front of us, enemies and karmic creditors, and all sentient beings around us, together practicing tantric dharma and ultimately attaining Buddhahood. Invocation mudra. Recite purification mantras and the earth deity mantra.
Om Siuli Siuli Maha Siuli Siuli Soha. Om Siudoli Siudoli Siumoli Siumoli Soha. Om Guadala Dan He He Hom. Namo Samando Modoran Om Doro Doro Dewe Soha. Lian Zhao Qing Zhou.
Recite invocation mantra.
Soha. Om Ah Hom Soha. Om Ah Hom Soha.
We sincerely invoke the Holy Red Crown Raja Master, His Holiness Living Buddha Lian Sheng. The Holy Red Crown Raja Master, His Holiness Living Buddha Lian Sheng. The Holy Red Crown Raja Master, Living Buddha Lian Sheng. The main deity of the group practice, Namo Medicine Buddha. The main deity of the group practice, Namo Medicine Buddha. The main deity of the group practice, Namo Medicine Buddha. Namo Vairocana Buddha at the center. Namo Akshubha Buddha to the east. Namo Amitabha Buddha to the west. Namo Ratna Sambhava Buddha to the south. Namo Amoga Siddhi Buddha to the north. Namo Sakyamuni Buddha. Namo Golden Mother. Namo Siddhikarma Bodhisattva. Namo Padma Kumara. Namo Avalokitesvara Bodhisattva. Namo Manjushri Bodhisattva. Namo Maitreya Bodhisattva. Namo Vajrasattva. Namo Guru Padma Sambhava. Namo Chundi Buddha Mother. All Herukas, Dhammapalas, Dakinis, and divinities, all Buddhas of the 3 times in the 10 directions, all Bodhisattvas and Mahasattvas, Namo Maha Prajna Paramita. Perform great homage using visualization for student Guru and all Buddhas. Visualize for procession on the ground. Second, to the Bodhisattvas. Visualize full procession on the ground, release the mudra. Third, to all Herukas and Dhamma protectors. Visualize full procession on the ground, release the mudra. Fourth, equality to all. Great mandala offering from the offering mudra. Visualize the transformations of the offerings to become innumerable to fill the whole cosmic space. Make the offering above to the lineage Guru, all the lineage Gurus. All the Buddhas, the main deity of the good practice medicine Buddha, all Bodhisattvas, Herukas, Dhammapalas, Dakinis, and divinities, and below to all sentient beings. Recite the offering verse and mantra. Mount Meru, 4 continents and sun and moon transform into precious offerings for the Buddhas. May these wondrous treasures and merits purge our karma to all of our civilization. Om Sawa Tathagata Itamu Gurunana Mienzana Ka Niniye Tayami. Fourfold refuge. Visualize our lineage root Guru, all the lineage Gurus, Buddha jewel, Dharma jewel, Sangha jewel, to form bright white light to empower us. Recite the mantra. Namo Buddhaye, Namo Dhammaye, Namo Sankhyaye. Namo Gurupe, Namo Buddhaye, Namo Dhammaye, Namo Sankhyaye. Namo Gurupe, Namo Buddhaye, Namo Dhammaye, Namo Sankhyaye. 做披甲护身，手结金刚合掌手印，念金刚手菩萨真言真言。唵波罗兰遮里，唵波罗兰遮里，唵波罗兰遮里，唵波罗兰遮里，唵波罗兰遮里，唵波罗兰遮里，唵波罗兰遮里。恭诵一遍高王观世音经，奉请八大菩萨。High King Avalokitesvara Sutra. First, the invocation of the 8 great Bodhisattvas. Namo Avalokitesvara Bodhisattva Mahasattva. Namo Maitreya Mahasattva. Namo Akasakabha Mahasattva. Namo Manjushri Mahasattva. Namo Samantabhadra Mahasattva. Namo Viskambir Mahasattva. Namo Manjushri Mahasattva. Namo Sikyabha Mahasattva. Namo all Bodhisattvas and Mahasattvas. Homage to Avalokitesvara Bodhisattva, Namo Buddhaya, Namo Dhammaya, Namo Sanghaya, in affinity with the pure light opens the Dharma doors. The true self is permanent, blissful and pure and blessed with the Buddhadharma. Namo Mahaprasna Paramita, great wisdom mantra. Namo Mahaprasna Paramita, great wisdom mantra. Great spiritual mantra. Namo Mahaprasna Paramita, supreme mantra. Namo Mahaprasna Paramita, Ayako mantra. Namo the pure light, secret Buddha, Dharma treasury Buddha, tranquil King Buddha, reliance Roy, divine speed. The summit light King Buddha, announced by Buddha, Dharma protector Buddha, Vajra treasury, roaming lion Buddha, precious victory Buddha, supernatural power Buddha, medicine lapis lazuli light King Buddha, the universal light merit mountain King Buddha, merit retaining jewel King Buddha, 7 past Buddhas, future 1,000 Buddhas of this fortune eon, 1,500 Buddhas, 15,000 Buddhas, 500 power victory Buddhas, billion Vajra treasuries Buddha, and the fixed light Buddha, the Buddhas of the 6 directions, to the east the precious light moon palace, venerable wonderful voice King Buddha, to the south the tree flower King Buddha, to the west the spiritual power flower pleasing King Buddha, to the north the non palace purity Buddha, above the countless vigor jewel crown Buddhas, below the tranquil moon sun King Buddha, all the countless Buddhas, many jewels Buddhas, Sakyamuni Buddha, Maitreya Buddha, Akshobha Buddha, Amitabha Buddha, all beings in the central realm and those in the Buddhaverses while moving upon the earth and through the heavens shower limitless compassion upon all living beings, affording them stability and peace that they might cultivate day and night. By constantly invoking the sutra, one is liberated from the suffering of birth and death and freed from all kinds of suffering. Namo the great wisdom Avalokitesvara, the observant Avalokitesvara, the noble Avalokitesvara, the expansively minded Avalokitesvara, the medicine King Bodhisattva, medicine Lord Bodhisattva, Manjushri Bodhisattva, Samantabhadra Bodhisattva, Akasakatva Bodhisattva, Siddhartha Bodhisattva, the brilliance of clear cool treasure mountain Bodhisattvas, the real light lantern, Venerable King, Tathagata Bodhisattva, chanting the sutra continually with the 7 world honored Buddhas proclaim this mantra.
Thono ni te ni na te bini ni te moho kya te chân lin chen te so ha ni po te kyo ho te thono ni te ni na te bini ni te moho kya te chân lin chen te so ha ni po te kyo ho te thono ni te ni na te bini ni te moho kya te chân lin chen te so ha ni po te kyo ho te thono ni te ni na te bini ni te moho kya te chân lin chen te so ha ni po te kyo ho te thono ni te ni na te bini ni te moho kya te chân lin chen te so ha ni po te kyo ho te thono ni te ni na te bini ni te moho kya te chân lin chen te so ha ni po te kyo ho te thono ni te ni na te bini ni te moho kya te chân lin chen te so ha
The Avalokitesvara in the 10 directions and all Bodhisattvas have vowed to save sentient beings, calling upon their names allows for liberation. The wise ones expound intelligently and thus with affinity constantly decided. With 1,000 recitations and constant mindfulness of it, fire causes no harm, knives and weapons break instantly, anger turns into joy and death revives. Never be doubtful, for the Buddhas always speak the truth. Hiking Avalokitesvara alleviates all sufferings. Visited with fatal crisis, the doomed shall live. The words of the Buddhas are always true, thus they deserve our homage. With 1,000 recitation, grave karma shall be eradicated. Those with great merit and unwavering faith single-mindedly chant the sutra and dedicate its merit to all. 1,000 recitations will eradicate grave karma. This concludes the hiking Avalokitesvara Sutra.
Deliverance
mantra 3 times.
Namo Amito Boye, Dota Katoye, Dote Yata, Aminito Bobi, Aminito Satan Bobi, Aminito Biganante, Aminito Biganando, Ganini Kakana, Zeto Gani Soham. Namo Amito Boye, Dota Katoye, Dote Yata, Aminito Bobi, Aminito Satan Bobi, Aminito Biganante, Aminito Biganando, Ganini Kakana, Zeto Gani Soha.
From our lineage guru, the white Mahapadma Mudra, visualize the empowerment of the three lights by Padma Kumara. Recite Padma Kumara mantra 21 times.
Om Guru Lian Sheng Siddhi Hom. 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 受戒药师佛五色光印。
For Medicine Buddha, 5 color light mudra. First, empty your mind. Recite the emptiness visualization mantra.
Sarva Dharma Sobhava Sutto Hang. Om Sobhava Sutta Sarva Dharma Sobhava Sutto Hang. Om Sobhava Sutta Sarva Dharma Sobhava Sutto Hang. 观想虚空中有蓝色。
Visualize a blue mundus in the sky.
月人中有青蓝色。
At the center, a blue home or bie syllable radiating bright blue light.
月人中 home 字或别字旋转。
The sit syllable revolves and becomes Medicine Buddha.
药师佛的形象如同
Medicine Buddha is endowed with 32 marks of perfection, just like Amitabha Buddha. But his body is blue. His hands form the meditation mudra with an alms bowl on top of it. The bowl is filled with the healing nectar. He is seated on the lotus throne. His heart chakra emanates bright blue light, which radiates upon the practitioners and enters into their bodies through the tip of the head. The practitioner's body becomes transparent in lapis lazuli color, and all karmic transgressions, hindrances, and sicknesses are completely eradicated.
观想药师佛心际蓝光放大。
Visualize the blue light at Medicine Buddha's heart chakra enlarges, and our own heart chakra also emits blue light. These two rays of light meet in the sky and merge together. In a split of a second, the practitioners become Medicine Buddha. And this Medicine Buddha and the Medicine Buddha in the sky are one and indistinguishable. Then visualize Medicine Buddha and all the other deities emanate 5 color lights from above upon all sentient beings to alleviate all their illnesses, so they attain self-mastery in body and mind, have Buddhist affinity to cultivate spiritually, and we also become Medicine Buddha to benefit and deliver all sentient beings. Recite Medicine Buddha Heart Mantra 108 times. First perform mala visualization.
此咒 Deya ta om bekazya bekazya maha bekazya laza sammo kyade he soha. Deya ta om bekazya bekazya maha bekazya laza sammo kyade he soha. Deya ta om bekazya bekazya maha bekazya laza sammo kyade he soha. Te Yatha Om Bekhazeya Bekhazeya Maha Bekhazeya Laja Samo Kyate He Soha Te Yatha Om Bekhazeya Bekhazeya Maha Bekhazeya Laja Samo Kyate He Soha Te Yatha Om Bekhazeya Bekhazeya Maha Bekhazeya Laja Samo Kyate He Soha Te Yatha Om Bekhazeya Bekhazeya Maha Bekhazeya Laja Samo Kyate He Soha Te Yatha Om Bekhazeya Bekhazeya Maha Bekhazeya Laja Samo Kyate He Soha Te Yatha Om Bekhazeya Bekhazeya Maha Bekhazeya Laja Samo Kyate He Soha Te Yatha Om Bekhazeya Bekhazeya Maha Bekhazeya Laja Samo Kyate He Soha Te Yatha Om Bekhazeya Bekhazeya Maha Bekhazeya Laja Samo Kyate He Soha Te Yatha Om Bekhazeya Bekhazeya Maha Bekhazeya Laja Samo Kyate He Soha Te Yatha Om Bekhazeya Bekhazeya Maha Bekhazeya Laja Samo Kyate He Soha Te Yatha Om Bekhazeya Bekhazeya Maha Bekhazeya Laja Samo Kyate He Soha Te Yatha Om Bekhazeya Bekhazeya Maha Bekhazeya Laja Samo Kyate He Soha Te Yatha Om Bekhazeya Bekhazeya Maha Bekhazeya Laja Samo Kyate He Soha Te Yatha Om Bekhazeya Bekhazeya Maha Bekhazeya Laja Samo Kyate He Soha Te Yatha Om Bekhazeya Bekhazeya Maha Bekhazeya Laja Samo Kyate He Soha Te Yatha Om Bekhazeya Bekhazeya Maha Bekhazeya Laja Samo Kyate He Soha Te Yatha Om Bekhazeya Bekhazeya Maha Bekhazeya Laja Samo Kyate He Soha Te Yatha Om Bekhazeya Bekhazeya Maha Bekhazeya Laja Samo Kyate He Soha Te Yatha Om Bekhazeya Bekhazeya Maha Bekhazeya Laja Samo Kyate He Soha Te Yatha Om Bekhazeya Bekhazeya Maha Bekhazeya Laja Samo Kyate He Soha Te Yatha Om Bekhazeya Bekhazeya Maha Bekhazeya Laja Samo Kyate He Soha Te Yatha Om Bekhazeya Bekhazeya Maha Bekhazeya Laja Samo Kyate He Soha Te Yatha Om Bekhazeya Bekhazeya Maha Bekhazeya Laja Samo Kyate He Soha Te Yatha Om Bekhazeya Bekhazeya Maha Bekhazeya Laja Samo Kyate He Soha Te Yatha Om Bekhazeya Bekhazeya Maha Bekhazeya Laja Samo Kyate He Soha Te Yatha Om Bekhazeya Bekhazeya Maha Bekhazeya Laja Samo Kyate He Soha Te Yatha Om Bekhazeya Bekhazeya Maha Bekhazeya Laja Samo Kyate He Soha Te Yatha Om Bekhazeya Bekhazeya Maha Bekhazeya Laja Samo Kyate He Soha Te Yatha Om Bekhazeya Bekhazeya Maha Bekhazeya Laja Samo Kyate He Soha Te Yatha Om Bekhazeya Bekhazeya Maha Bekhazeya Laja Samo Kyate He Soha Te Yatha Om Bekhazeya Bekhazeya Maha Bekhazeya Laja Samo Kyate He Soha Te Yatha Om Bekhazeya Bekhazeya Maha Bekhazeya Laja Samo Kyate He Soha Te Yatha Om Bekhazeya Bekhazeya Maha Bekhazeya Laja Samo Kyate He Soha Te Yatha Om Bekhazeya Bekhazeya Maha Bekhazeya Laja Samo Kyate He Soha Te Yatha Om Bekhazeya Bekhazeya Maha Bekhazeya Laja Samo Kyate He Soha Te Yatha Om Bekhazeya Bekhazeya Maha Bekhazeya Laja Samo Kyate He Soha Te Yatha Om Bekhazeya Bekhazeya Maha Bekhazeya Laja Samo Kyate He Soha Te Yatha Om Bekhazeya Bekhazeya Maha Bekhazeya Laja Samo Kyate He Soha Te Yatha Om Bekhazeya Bekhazeya Maha Bekhazeya Laja Samo Kyate He Soha Te Yatha Om Bekhazeya Bekhazeya Maha Bekhazeya Laja Samo Kyate He Soha Te Yatha Om Bekhazeya Bekhazeya Maha Bekhazeya Laja Samo Kyate He Soha Te Yatha Om Bekhazeya Bekhazeya Maha Bekhazeya Laja Samo Kyate He Soha Te Yatha Om Bekhazeya Bekhazeya Maha Bekhazeya Laja Samo Kyate He Soha Te Yatha Om Bekachaya Bekachaya Maha Bekachaya Laja Samo Kyate He Soha Te Yatha Om Bekachaya Bekachaya Maha Bekachaya Laja Samo Kyate He Soha Te Yatha Om Bekachaya Bekachaya Maha Bekachaya Laja Samo Kyate He Soha Te Yatha Om Bekachaya Bekachaya Maha Bekachaya Laja Samo Kyate He Soha Te Yatha Om Bekachaya Bekachaya Maha Bekachaya Laja Samo Kyate He Soha Te Yatha Om Bekachaya Bekachaya Maha Bekachaya Laja Samo Kyate He Soha Te Yatha Om Bekachaya Bekachaya Maha Bekachaya Laja Samo Kyate He Soha Te Yatha Om Bekachaya Bekachaya Maha Bekachaya Laja Samo Kyate He Soha Te Yatha Om Bekachaya Bekachaya Maha Bekachaya Laja Samo Kyate He Soha Te Yatha Om Bekachaya Bekachaya Maha Bekachaya Laja Samo Kyate He Soha Te Yatha Om Bekachaya Bekachaya Maha Bekachaya Laja Samo Kyate He Soha Te Yatha Om Bekachaya Bekachaya Maha Bekachaya Laja Samo Kyate He Soha Te Yatha Om Bekachaya Bekachaya Maha Bekachaya Laja Samo Kyate He Soha Te Yatha Om Bekachaya Bekachaya Maha Bekachaya Laja Samo Kyate He Soha Te Yatha Om Bekachaya Bekachaya Maha Bekachaya Laja Samo Kyate He Soha Te Yatha Om Bekachaya Bekachaya Maha Bekachaya Laja Samo Kyate He Soha Te Yatha Om Bekachaya Bekachaya Maha Bekachaya Laja Samo Kyate He Soha Te Yatha Om Bekachaya Bekachaya Maha Bekachaya Laja Samo Kyate He Soha Te Yatha Om Bekachaya Bekachaya Maha Bekachaya Laja Samo Kyate He Soha Te Yatha Om Bekachaya Bekachaya Maha Bekachaya Laja Samo Kyate He Soha Te Yatha Om Bekachaya Bekachaya Maha Bekachaya Laja Samo Kyate He Soha Te Yatha Om Bekachaya Bekachaya Maha Bekachaya Laja Samo Kyate He Soha Te Yatha Om Bekachaya Bekachaya Maha Bekachaya Laja Samo Kyate He Soha Te Yatha Om Bekachaya Bekachaya Maha Bekachaya Laja Samo Kyate He Soha Te Yatha Om Bekachaya Bekachaya Maha Bekachaya Laja Samo Kyate He Soha Te Yatha Om Bekachaya Bekachaya Maha Bekachaya Laja Samo Kyate He Soha Te Yatha Om Bekachaya Bekachaya Maha Bekachaya Laja Samo Kyate He Soha Te Yatha Om Bekachaya Bekachaya Maha Bekachaya Laja Samo Kyate He Soha Te Yatha Om Bekachaya Bekachaya Maha Bekachaya Laja Samo Kyate He Soha Te Yatha Om Bekachaya Bekachaya Maha Bekachaya Laja Samo Kyate He Soha Te Yatha Om Bekachaya Bekachaya Maha Bekachaya Laja Samo Kyate He Soha Te Yatha Om Bekachaya Bekachaya Maha Bekachaya Laja Samo Kyate He Soha Te Yatha Om Bekachaya Bekachaya Maha Bekachaya Laja Samo Kyate He Soha Te Yatha Om Bekachaya Bekachaya Maha Bekachaya Laja Samo Kyate He Soha Te Yatha Om Bekachaya Bekachaya Maha Bekachaya Laja Samo Kyate He Soha Te Yatha Om Bekachaya Bekachaya Maha Bekachaya Laja Samo Kyate He Soha Te Yatha Om Bekachaya Bekachaya Maha Bekachaya Laja Samo Kyate He Soha Te Yatha Om Bekachaya Bekachaya Maha Bekachaya Laja Samo Kyate He Soha Te Yatha Om Bekachaya Bekachaya Maha Bekachaya Laja Samo Kyate He Soha Te Yatha Om Bekachaya Bekachaya Maha Bekachaya Laja Samo Kyate He Soha Te Yatha Om Bekachaya Bekachaya Maha Bekachaya Laja Samo Kyate He Soha Te Yatha Om Bekachaya Bekachaya ยมหาเบคาเจยาลัจจาสัมโมคาเตหิโสค่ะเตยะทาองเบคาเจยาเบคาเจยมหาเบคาเจยาลัจจาสัมโมคาเตหิโสค่ะเตยะทาองเบคาเจยาเบคาเจยมหาเบคาเจยาลัจจาสัมโมคาเตหิโสค่ะเตยะทาองเบคาเจยาเบคาเจยเบคาเจยาลัจจาสัมโมคาเตหิโสค่ะเตยะทาองเบคาเจยาเบคาเจยมหาเบคาเจยาลัจจาสัมโมคาเตหิโสค่ะเตยะทาองเบคาเจยาเบคาเจยมหาเบคาเจยาลัจจาสัมโมคาเตหิโสค่ะเตยะทาองเบคาเจยาเบคาเจยมหาเบคาเจยาลัจจาสัมโมคาเตหิโสค่ะเตยะทาองเบคาเจยาเบคาเจยมหาเบคาเจยาลัจจาสัมโมคาเตหิโสค่ะเตยะทาองเบคาเจยาเบคาเจยมหาเบคาเจยาลัจจาสัมโมคาเตหิโสค่ะเตยะทาองเบคาเจยาเบคาเจยมหาเบคาเจยาลัจจาสัมโมคาเตหิโสค่ะเตยะทาองเบคาเจยาเบคาเจยมหาเบคาเจยาลัจจาสัมโมคาเตหิโสค่ะเตยะทาองเบคาเจยาเบคาเจยมหาเบคาเจยาลัจจาสัมโมคาเตหิโสค่ะเตยะทาองเบคาเจยาเบคาเจยมหาเบคาเจยาลัจจาสัมโมคาเตหิโสค่ะเตยะทาองเบคาเจยาเบคาเจยมหาเบคาเจยาลัจจาสัมโมคาเตหิโสค่ะเตยะทาองเบคาเจยาเบคาเจยมหาเบคาเจยาลัจจาสัมโมคาเตหิโสค่ะเตยะทาองเบคาเจยาเบคาเจยมหาเบคาเจยาลัจจาสัมโมคาเตหิโสค่ะเตยะทาองเบคาเจยาเบคาเจยมหาเบคาเจยลัจจาสัมโมคาเตหิโสค่ะเตยะทาองเบคาเจยาเบคาเจยเบคาเจยาลัจจาสัมโมคาเตหิโสค่ะเตยะทาองเบคาเจยาเบคาเจยมหาเบคาเจยาลัจจาสัมโมคาเตหิโสค่ะเตยะทาองเบคาเจยาเบคาเจยมหาเบคาเจยลัจจาสัมโมคาเตหิโสค่ะเตยะทาองเบคาเจยาเบคาเจยมหาเบคาเจยลัจจาสัมโมคาเตหิโสค่ะ做9节佛风有
Perform
3
9 cycle Buddha breathing into samadhi. If you're not trained in the 9 cycle Buddha breathing, you can just breathe slowly, deeply, and finely.
加持八大本尊心咒及念佛。唵阿弥陀瓦瑟，唵嘛尼呗咪吽，唵巴那摩林多林梭哈，唵哈哈哈为什么耶梭哈，唵这里助里准提梭哈，唵真巴拉查楞查拉耶梭哈，唵阿吽贝扎格罗贝玛悉地吽瑟，唵阿吽格罗贝阿呵萨萨玛哈莲生悉地吽。Te yatha om bekhazeya bekhazeya maha bekhazeya raja samo kyatehe soha. Namo 36万亿于水1万9千多百佛名同号阿弥陀佛。Namo 36万亿于水1万9千多百佛名同号阿弥陀佛。Namo 36万亿于水1万9千多百佛名同号阿弥陀佛。请大家起念，请
Recite the supplication verse to the Guru Buddha to stay in samsara. I pay homage and supplicate His Holiness the Virtuous and Marvelous Tantrika, all Buddhas in the Buddha verses as numerous as grains of sand, compassionate Bodhisattvas, Herukas, Dhammapas, and Dakinis, protectors of Dharma. The three poisons are proliferating endlessly. Our body and soul are stricken, tumbling in the misery of perpetual rebirth. With great compassion, His Holiness descended upon this world to salvage the deluded ones. Hence the three jewels eminent wonders light to provide refuge for all. All fortunate beings, humans and devas who like His Vajrapadi, for the bestow of teachings, vows, precepts, empowerments, and attainments. The disciples of the Buddha plead that you stay samsara to turn to Dharma will, to benefit and give happiness to multitudes of sentient beings. Recite the mantra of longevity Buddha 21 times and dedicate the Mass with the health and longevity of our Guru.
Om Amanoni Juventi Soha, 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 Om Amanoni Juventi Soha. 回向
Dedication. Please bless our Dharma practice to attain fruition, all illnesses alleviated and merit and wisdom increased. In union with the deity, our vows are the same. May all sentient beings attain peace and joy. May all uphold the Buddha, ascended realm utmostly, sipping for generosity from above, aiding those in the realms below. Upon seeing the Buddha, may we transcend life and death like the Buddha, may we liberate all. To the school disciples wholeheartedly pray to the main deity, Namo Medicine Buddha of the Lapis Lazuli realm, to please bless our lineage Guru, so he may recover soon, regain his health, to be untouched by pains, discomforts, and illnesses. All negative karma of sentient beings be purged completely. May he continually turn to Dharma will in samsara. And we pray to Simu so she may be happy and healthy in body and mind and always auspicious. Inviting His Holiness Living Buddha Lian Sheng to perform the overall merit dedication. Wholeheartedly, we pay homage to Medicine Buddha of the Eastern Lapis Lazuli realm. Wholeheartedly, we pay homage to the Medicine Buddha of the Eastern Lapis Lazuli realm. Wholeheartedly, we pay homage to Medicine Buddha of the Eastern Lapis Lazuli realm. We pray to medicine Tathagata of the Eastern Lapis Lazuli realm to radiate light and guide the spirits to be reborn into the pure Buddha verses. We pray to medicine Tathagata by your original fundamental vows. Please alleviate the illnesses of the sick people. And may those without illnesses continue to have health and strength. We pray that you bless us so that we enhance our luminosity and enhance our wisdom. Please bestow abundant resources and have perfect harmony, love and respect. We pray to medicine Tathagata of the Eastern Lapis Lazuli realm, Sunlight Radiance Bodhisattva, Moonlight Radiance Bodhisattva, and the 8 great Bodhisattvas, the 12 medicine generals. We pray that you bless all of us so that all is auspicious and goes according to our wishes. To medicine Tathagata, gods in heavens, gods on earth, may we be far from all calamities, may all calamities abandon us, may all disasters turn into dust. May all of our prayers be granted. Please bless us so that the viruses disperse, pandemic disperse, illnesses disperse, bad affinities disperse, everything that's not auspicious disappear, natural disasters be averted. Recite 100 syllable mantras 3 times.
Samaya Manupanaya Peja Sato Tenu Padisa Jejo Mi Pawa Soto Kayu Mi Pawa Sopu Kayu Mi Pawa Anolato Mi Pawa Sarwa Siti Mi Pulaya Cha Sawa Kama Sota Me Jitamu Suriyan Goro Hom Ha 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 Bhagavan Sawa Tathagata Pejama Mi Mensa Peja Pawa Mahasamaya Sato Ahom Pei Om Peja Sato Samaya Manupanaya Peja Sato Tenu Padisa Jejo Mi Pawa Soto Kayu Mi Pawa Sopu Kayu Mi Pawa Anolato Mi Pawa Sarwa Siti Me Puraya Cha Sawa Kama Sutta Me Jitamu Suriyan Guru Hom Ha 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 Bhagavan Sawa Tathagata Pejama Mi Mensa Peja Pawa Mahasamaya Sato Ahom Pei Om Peja Sato Samaya Manupanaya Peja Sato Tenu Padisa Jejo Mi Pawa Soto Kayu Mi Pawa Sopo Kayu Mi Pawa Anolato Mi Pawa Sarwa Siti Me Puraya Cha Sawa Kama Sutta Me Jitamu Suriyan Guru Hom Ha 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 Bhagavan 达文骚哇，达他嘎达贝扎玛咪门查贝兹巴哇玛哈萨玛呀萨多啊吽佩。做观想大礼拜，100根本传承上师及诸佛。唵啊吽。
Visualize for procession on the ground, release the mudra, second to all bodhisattvas. Visualize for procession on the ground, release the mudra, third to all Herukas and Dharma protectors. Visualize for procession on the ground, release the mudra, fourth equality to all.
念圆满咒 Om Brim Om Brim Om Brim Om Mani Padme Hum。现在我们有请西雅图雷藏寺举行第37届法师研习班结业典礼。
We would like to invite the training session of the newly ordained monks and nuns, the completion of the training session.
100根本传承上师及十方三世一切诸佛。
Please pay homage to Lineage Guru and all Buddhas.
平等一起手。 恭请法王圣尊莲生活佛颁发结业证书。
We inviting His Holiness Living Buddha Lian Sheng to bestow the certificates.
请法师到世尊旁领取。 现在，请法师站在两旁，与师佛拍合照。
Now for the photo session.
好，请法师回到坛城中央，顶礼根本上师及坛城三宝。
Please pay homage to the Lineage Guru and the rituals of the altar.
100根本传承上师及十方三世一切诸佛。
The Student Guru and all Buddhas.
平等一起手。法师，请回座。结业典礼礼成，一切吉祥圆满。让我们在以热烈的掌声恭喜他们，恭祝他们修行成就，广度众生。
And wisdom that they have attainments in their practice.
敬献哈达，请大家恭敬合掌。请释莲请上师代表全体弟子向法王圣尊莲生活佛请法敬献哈达，以表最崇高敬意。
As a symbol of the highest honor on behalf of all of us.
请大家恭敬合掌，恭请法王圣尊莲生活佛做宝贵的法语开示。
First, let's pay homage to the lineage gurus. Homage to the Venerable Monk Liao Ming. Homage to Master Sakya Zhengkong. Homage to His Holiness the 16th Karmapa. And homage to Master Dubdan Dorji. Homage to the three jewels of the altar. Homage to the main deity of the group practice tonight. Medicine Tathagata of the Eastern Lapis Lazuli realm. Namo Baisaya Guru. Namo Sunlight Radiance Bodhisattva. Namo Moonlight Radiance Bodhisattva. And the 8 great Bodhisattvas, the 12 medicine generals. Sumo Tanchen Katso Tuten Siddhi Tuten Kama, all Dharma masters, Dharma educators, Dharma teachers, Dharma instructors, Dharma tutors, temple and center directors, all disciples present here and over the internet. Good evening, everyone. How do you do?
Aishiteru Shanange Hola amigo Que quiero mucho Sukoi Ichiwa Kimochi ii Jumi Yapi Purin purin Konbanwa
Today, we had the conclusive ritual for the Sangha training for the newly ordained monk and nun. Yes, yeah. And this afternoon they also came for the empowerment for drawing talismans, and also Siddhikarma Bodhisattva and 7 Tathagatas. Empowerments for Siddhikarma Bodhisattva and the 7 Tathagatas to perform the Siddhikarma Bardo Deliverance Yoga. Those were the empowerments for this fasts, Dharma teachers. During the empowerment for drawing talisman, when they extended their palm, so I took a quick look at the palm print, and I said, of this several monks and nuns, they have one that is a big boss, and which one that have been a big boss? Please stand up if you had been a big businessman or big boss before. Don't be shy. Please stand up. And who else? So for the empowerment for drawing talisman, by taking a look at the palm lines, I knew that they were big bosses before. And they became monks. And yet, the small bosses, or not even bosses, became monks. What kind of big bosses were you? And he said he had 50 big buses or trucks. 50 of them. And he was the owner. So it's not simple that they became ordained, even though they were big businessmen before. So by taking a look at their palms, I knew. And he said that he had 50 big buses. How much is one bus? At that time, how much is one bus? $40,000 US. That's cheap. 30 years ago. 40,000 US, 30 years ago. I remember in 1982, I immigrated to America, June 16th, 1982, and I bought a house in Ballard. That's longer than 30 years ago, 40 years ago. And that house cost $80,000 US, a big house. And I sold it. And the buyer subdivided the land and built 2 houses. But that land and the house was worth $80,000 then. And then 3 years later, I built the tantric quarters, and it cost $90,000 US to build it. So $40,000 US 30 years ago. And 50 of them, that would be 2 million. So probably about 10 times now. So you have 20 million US dollars. So adjusted for now. So you are a big boss. And those were just the assets. And then there are other you know, the company, the land, and the cash. And you wanted to build a Lijiang temple on your piece of land, right? You wanted to build a Lijiang temple on a big piece of land, right? How big?
3万方尺。
Huh?
3万方尺是多大？我没有数学观念。
30,000 what? I don't know. How do you do the math?
3/4亩。
0.75 acres. I don't know how big that is either. Well, it doesn't matter. So it's really incredible that big bosses could become a monk. And the Fa Si from Hong Kong is also a big boss. Or the son of a boss. My father. Open a winery, your dad. So he always gives me a wine whenever he comes. So it's incredible this time. One is the second generation of rich family, and the rest are all big bosses. Very good. And in the future, if there's an affinity, we hope let's invite more big bosses to become monks and nuns. See, the big bosses, they have land and they have money, and as soon as they go back, they can build a temple immediately. So today is Medicine Tathagatas, and we also pray to Medicine Buddha that those who are sick can be cured. And recently, Grandmaster had throat problem and digestive system problem. I remember in China there was a dialect in China. Which province that would say Ihat? Sichuan. Hakkanis? And our principal, we call him by the accent that he had, Ihatzi instead of Xiazi in Mandarin. I don't know which province or which area that he came from. So human life is fleeting. Don't think that you're all very healthy. In a flash, very quickly you will be sick, and momentarily you will be old and die. I never talk about me being old, but recently I feel differently. Nowadays, suddenly it's the throat. And in the past, in 1 or 2 days, it recovers by itself. But now, it's been a week, and I have hoarse voice. My digestive system, it's been a month or 2, and in the past, it never happened that long. And diarrhea. And in the past, when I took Imodium in America, we used Imodium for diarrhea. With the pill, it recovered. It stopped. And then from diarrhea, it became constipation. But now, no. It took a long time. For a few months. Many ailments, many problems. Is that because of old age? And women should be, it's difficult for women to lose weight. But for me, it's difficult to gain weight. And in the past, my face is round and full. But recently, I lost weight. And it's been difficult to regain the weight with the fullness. So I laugh at myself that my diet succeeded. But women, they are battling with their weight all their lives. Therefore, it's difficult to have long life and health. The meditation is to wish for Grandmaster to have a long life and health. That's impossible. If you have a long life, you won't be healthy.
Long life and healthy.
It's impossible to have both health and long life. If you have a long life, then your body starts to deteriorate. Right? Is there a curse saying that yeah, but your mother good is, but not that. Because that's just get lost. When I was young, everything passed very fast, recovered right away, but now it's a lot slower. So this showed a Golden Mother's words at 79. After the new year, I'll be 80. I hope I should create a substitute or the practice of substituting. so that the bad lucks, the misfortunes of the year can disappear. Because I was very healthy for a long time. I can say before 79, most of the time I was very healthy, very strong and healthy. Nothing major. But this year, from February until now, November, almost December, there were many days I was well. I really suffered greatly. I've been suffering greatly. I hope it passes fast. It passes soon. I pray to Medicine Tathagata. Medicine Tathagata, please, that everyone with ailments and sicknesses, please give us the immortal pill tonight. Then, after taking it, we all will be well and no illnesses at all. That would be faster. It would be faster to take the immortal pill. It has to be the real one too. The magical pill, and not the fake one, okay? It has to be the real one. We pray to Medicine Tathagata to please give us this magical pill so that everyone will be healthy by taking it. Then we have the strength to spread Buddhadharma, right? Let me share a joke. Wang told Li, I have started to learn swimming. And Li asked, how is it? And Wang said, I have bought the swimming trunk. I just need to get down to water. He hasn't even started to get down to water. Ming asked Hua, do you know why? That why is the sea creatures very smart? Because they live in water, they don't have to study, so they're smart. Xiaoming told his mom, yesterday I got 100. And Mom was really curious. Really? What class? And Xiaoming said, yes, during a checkup, my blood pressure is 100. Now we'll get to the main subject. Question from Malaysia. In Tibetan Buddhism, that the 5 great Herukas are the great Dharma of the highest Yoga Tantra. Their practices differ in the inner tantric and secret tantric stages. The four major schools choose one of the five great Herukas as their primary deity in their cultivation. But in the Buddha school, the progression of practice goes from the outer Tantra to inner Tantra, then to Heruka practices, and finally culminating in the either great perfection or Mahamudra. And the primary deity changes in each of these stages. Many lineage gurus have stressed the importance of focusing on a single primary deity or yidam. Since the five great Herukas encompass all outer, inner, and secret practices, and the quintessence of Tantric Buddhism is encapsulated within the five Herukas, so I believe that through Buddha school should advocate only one of the five great Herukas as the sole primary deity. If this is so, which one would Grandmaster recommend? We know the five Herukas are Hevajra, Chakrasamvara, Guyasamaya, Yamantaka, and some Kalachakra or Mahotara. They are considered the Tantric five Herukas in Tibetan Buddhism. And we know in Sakyapa they specializes on Hevajra. Kakyupa, the Heruka practices in Kakyupa have several. Gelugpa is Yamantaka. Primarily is Yamantaka. And Kakyupa, Chakrasamvara. And Kalachakra is practiced by many, and Guyasamaya. In Kakyupa, Guyasamaya, Chakrasamvara, and Kalachakra. Kalachakra is highly revered in all four schools. It's not necessarily that one Heruka belongs to one school. In Nyingmapa, of course, it's Mahotara. So Nyingma, Gelug, Kagyu, and Sakyapa. Especially Sakyapa is Hevajra. And of the five great Herukas, I have written all the practice stages, but primarily Hevajra. I have written a book called Emptiness Within Great Bliss, and that's the detailed exposition on Hevajra, which was transmitted to me by Master Sakyadzongkong, the Zhong Rinpoche. The Hevajra. The mantra. That's Hevajra's mantra. Of the five Heruka Dharma practices in True Buddha school, what would Grandmaster recommend? The first one that I learned was Hevajra. That's why I rather like Hevajra. If you won't need a yidam, but Dharma protectors are different. Hevajra is also a Dharma protector, but True Buddha school has other protectors. One is two protectors. One is Mahabala, one is Marichi. And these two deities can be treated as protectors. But if you have reached Heruka practices, those are considered great practices. I have once asked my gurus, can I practice Heruka Dharma right away? And he told me, you practice your yidam, such as Amitabha for me, until you gain spiritual union, and then afterward you practice the Heruka. This is more important. Because they are great Dharma of the Anuttara Yoga or highest Yoga Tantra. So it's not, you cannot practice Herukas before you practice your yidam, because the Heruka practices are very complicated, very complex. Very complicated. For beginners, they would not understand, like Kalachakra Dharma practice. And Master Tupten Dorje transmitted to me Kalachakra Dharma practices. And he instructed me to spread Kalachakra Dharma to all 5 continents, all over the world. Therefore, I have the instruction of the Kalachakra Dharma practices from Master Tupten Dorje. So the 2 Heruka practices that I mastered quite well are Hevajra and Kalachakra. And I also learned Mahotara Heruka, Chakrasambhara Heruka, and Guyasamaya Heruka are a little less. And I also have the sadhana or the liturgy for Yamantaka as well, which I obtained from a guru from the Gelugpa. The question, among the 5 Herukas, which one would Grandmaster recommend? The one that I learned that is very complete is Hevajra, which I wrote very detailed and completely, which was transmitted by Master Sakyamuni in the Sakyapa. And Kalachakra, which was transmitted by Master Tupten Dorje. When you reach the Heruka Dharma practices, you can choose which one of the 5 Herukas, as long as they have been transmitted by a Grandmaster. But it is best if that you have gained spiritual union with your own personal deity or yidam or of the 8 primary deities. And after you gain spiritual union with your yidam, then you can start your inner practices and the Heruka practices. This is the most important. That's answer to Malaysia. Liên Hoa Quan Tinh.
Hảo, 现在这样吧，再讲个笑话。
Let me share a joke.
有一个修行的和尚
cultivating monk to save some money, fix his own house, and he was very focused, using the hammer to nail, and there was a little kid watching the monk hitting, and the monk asked the little kid, "Oh, you're a good kid. Are you learning how to fix the house?" Asking kindly, and the kid shook his head. "No, no. I just want to know. You as a monk and use the hammer to hit the nails, how would you curse? When you hit your fingers with the hammer, I want to know what you curse."
我刚刚讲的这个，有时候自己真的，自己有时候敲敲打打会敲到自己的手。
You know, sometimes when you're hitting with those tools, or when you don't use scissors, you cut yourself, or you hit yourself with the hammers, or with the knives, and you're trying to cut something and slip. Like when I was in Malaysia, I hold a jambu and there was a fruit knife, and I was trying to cut it into pieces, a piece of fruit. How could you be so dumb and use the fruit knife to cut it like this on the hand? And of course I cut my own hand. In Malaysia, that I formed the mudra with my hand in band-aid. I really regretted it. That wound took half a year to heal because the knife was very sharp, and I put the fruit, some kind of apple, Southeast Asian watery apple, rose apple, and I hated myself for being so dumb because the fruit was very crispy, and of course I cut myself. So I cursed myself. What did I say? Truly. It's like the bald one, the donkey. It's the words to scold monks, which means dummy, bald donkey. When people scold monks, they usually say, "What a dumb, bald donkey." How would you curse when you cut yourself? Yeah.
你还猪头皮。你广东人讲。
Cantonese would say, "What a pighead you are." What does that mean?
猪头皮。猪头皮，卖自己呀？什么意思？
It means dumb. Dumb. That's all I know. Cantonese, that's the only Cantonese phrase I know. You're such a pighead. So dumb. Today's society is different from before. Several friends got together and sighing about medias this way, these days. And said there were no problem in this world unless you watch the television. That's true, because there are all kinds of stuff on TV. And B said, we see each other, but everybody just looking down at playing with Facebooks. And she said, it's only the stores who remember my birthdays now. And he said, the way we socialize now is just to say good or like. That's how you make friends now. Now we'll get into the Vimalakirti Sutra. Manjushri said, Lay Buddhist Master, why is this room empty without attendance? Manjushri asked Vimalakirti, because Vimalakirti turned all the furnitures and the attendants into nothingness. So he was the only one lying in the bed, on bed. And he was sick, lying there all by himself. So when Manjushri entered the room and he started to ask, Master, why is this room empty without attendance? Vimalakirti replied, the Buddha verses are also utterly empty. They were fundamentally empty, Vimalakirti replied. Even the Buddha verses are empty. Why are the Buddha verses empty? Sukhavati, the Western realm of Atma's bliss, exists. Abhirati, Pure Land, exists. The Pure Land of Akshobha Buddha. And also the Radiant Pure Land also exists. How come he said empty? There are two kinds of emptiness. One is the real emptiness, the real and true emptiness. And the other kind of emptiness is called causes and conditions emptiness. Like we all gather here, it's clear there are many people, but I can say it's all empty. Why? Because we are all causes and conditions empty. Your bodies are an aggregate of the four elements. They were fundamentally or originally empty. Since I'm like this, everyone else is like this too. That's why I say everything is empty. That's emptiness due to causes and conditions. Sukhavati was manifested by Amitabha Buddha. It's a Pure Land manifested by Amitabha. The Eastern Lapis Lazuli realm was manifested by Medicine Tathagata. And the radiant realm of Akshobha Buddha was manifested by Akshobha Buddha. So we can say they are all emptiness due to causes and conditions. So Vimalakirti replied, the Buddha verses are also utterly empty, which means that all the Buddha verses, all the Buddha verses and Pure Lands are all empty, because they were all due to causes and conditions manifested by Amitabha Buddha, by Medicine Tathagata, by Akshobha Tathagata. And they were all fundamentally emptiness due to causes and conditions. They were all manifested. The true and real emptiness is Buddha nature. Buddha nature is the real and true emptiness. Manjushri asked again, what is emptiness? How is emptiness defined? Vimalakirti replied, emptiness is defined by emptiness. Empty, empty. Which is a pun of being dumb, dummy. Why? Empty, empty? I have said it. One is real emptiness, the other one is causes and condition emptiness. And causes and condition emptiness everything that arises due to causes and conditions is emptiness. And it is the middle way. Everything arises from causes and conditions. I say it's emptiness. And even when they have names, the names are also empty. Like Sheng-yen Lu, my name is also fake or false. And it also has the meaning of the middle way. Madhyamaka is to combine the real emptiness and the emptiness due to causes and conditions. That's the middle way. The middle way is also combining the worldly and beyond worldly. So Vimalakirti replied, emptiness is defined by emptiness. So emptiness, emptiness. One is real emptiness, the other one is causes and condition emptiness. And Manjushri asked again, why is emptiness used for emptiness? And the answer given by Vimalakirti were all incredible, very meaningful. The two bodhisattvas with the greatest wisdom are having a dialogue, an exchange. Vimalakirti said, Manjushri asked, why is emptiness used for emptiness? Since it's empty, why do we still need use emptiness? The answer, because it is empty of discernment, it is empty. Use discernment to discern emptiness, therefore it is empty. That's why I just said real emptiness and causes and condition emptiness. Causes and condition emptiness has phenomena, but real emptiness does not have phenomena. So even emptiness with phenomena is also empty. So Manjushri asks, is there any differences since it is empty? And Vimalakirti said, discernment or differentiation is also empty. That's why it's called empty. Because discernment is also empty. I use a human as an example. We have phenomena. So we are emptiness due to discernment. Because we are comprised of earth, water, fire, and wind. When you is disintegrated, then it's emptiness. So look at this table. It exists, right? It's made of wood. And when you burn it with fire, the table is gone. So that's emptiness due to discernment. Because it can break down, can disappear. An old house, after 100 or 200 years, one day it will be gone, will be demolished and rebuilt. So a house is also an aggregate. It can exist and disappear. So that's emptiness due to causes and condition. Let's just say a car. You drive it until it breaks down. And then you bring it to the dump and demolish. And then the car disappears. So that's causes and condition emptiness. Emptiness due to causes and condition. Because they are all aggregates. Humans and animals are all aggregates. So are they humans in the Saha world? Yes. Because there are emptiness due to causes and condition. But if you say there are no humans in the Saha world, that's also correct. Because that's a real emptiness. That's why it's emptiness, emptiness. Two kinds of emptiness. So the Vajra Sutra states the real phenomena or the true reality, non-phenomena. The phenomena that you see are not real. The real phenomena is emptiness, stated in the Vajra Sutra. The real phenomena is non-phenomena. Any phenomena that you can see is not real. Like the Sheng-yen Lu, Grandmaster Lu that you can see now, and the Grandmaster Lu with the round and full face that you saw are different. And people will be shocked to see how skinny you are now. You know, Reverend Lily, when she was young, her father said that she's the most beautiful lady. Please stand up and show everyone. She's 78. She's 1 year younger than I am. She's 78. When you were young, you told me that I, in our family, My father was very proud of me because he regarded me, Reverend Li, as the most beautiful. We just immigrated to America. We were looking for someone that can speak Chinese at the bank, and that was Reverend Li. At that time, in her front yard, there were 3 men always mowing the lawn. And if Reverend Li peeked at them from the window, they would be very satisfied. The 3 men were, one was in the fruit business, one was a developer, and one was a rich man from Taipei. These 3 men. Do you remember them? She did not have to mow the lawn. Just with a shout, 3 men would mow the lawn for her. And if Reverend Li opened the window and looked at them, and they were very satisfied. Now let me ask you. When you look at yourself in the mirror now, do you still find yourself beautiful? Didn't dare to look in the mirror. Don't you have mirror in your house? That's why human beings are false, are not real, are fake. Back then, we went to the bank. I didn't go to the bank, but we were looking for a Chinese-speaking person, and we met Reverend Li. She was at what was your position at the bank?
What? Oh, Vice President. Vice President 就是副董。
Vice President.
好，来，请坐，副董。
Please be seated.
Vice President.
Vice President.
她年轻的时候很美的。
She was very beautiful when she was young. Everyone seeing her,
台湾文林啊，最大职场的老板要娶她。
The boss of the Taiwan, some big business, wanted to marry her and also give her a house and a car and a certain amount of money to marry her. The family name was Xu. It was a paper company. Wanted to marry her. She was beautiful. Give her. Let's not talk about her. Let's talk about myself. When I was young, I was also very cool and handsome. That photo was very good. I kept it with me all the time. But comparing now and that photo, like 2 different people. That's emptiness. The body is false. The photo I took in my 20s was very handsome. And there were many people wanted to be on blind dates through the photo. But who would know that I look like this now? Forget about it. You're still handsome. Forget it. So discernment is also empty. different time, different thing. 20 something and now 79 are different. The past is empty and the present is causes and condition emptiness. So discernment between the past and now. Like Vivian, Xiaoduan. When she was young, I knew her since she was young. When she was still very young. She was very beautiful then. And now she's still beautiful. Now she's still beautiful, right? Xiaoduan hasn't changed. However, if you discern it, then there are differences. It still will change. Discernment is also empty. And Manjushri asks again, how should one seek emptiness? To recognize this emptiness, how should we understand or comprehend or to gain the understanding of emptiness? And you seek it amidst the 62 views. To recognize the real emptiness, you need to seek among the 60, the causes and condition emptiness. So 62 views are the 62 incorrect views. Because in Buddhism, other than Buddhism, there are many other schools or many other religions, and their views are not correct. But in order to recognize the true emptiness, you have to seek among the incorrect views or among the causes and condition emptiness in order to gain the true emptiness. So 62 views are 62 heretical views in the heretical paths. And he asks again, how should we seek the 62 views? And one should seek them within the liberation of all Buddhas. So now it's turned around again. 3 liberations. All the Buddhas, liberation through non-phenomena, liberation through the ultimate truth of emptiness, and so you seek from the liberation of all Buddhas in order to get the real emptiness. We're talking for a long time. And Manjushri Bodhisattva asked again, where should one seek the liberation of all Buddhas? And Vimalakirti replied, this is very difficult. One should seek it within the mind and actions of all sentient beings. The Buddhas transcend the world. The Buddhas come from the world, the Saha world. You want to seek it among all sentient beings in order to gain true understanding of the real or true emptiness. because sentient beings are amidst the causes and condition emptiness. But by understanding sentient beings, you would know what is the true and real emptiness. That's all for today.
The
Vimalakirti Sutra, the dialogues between Manjushri Bodhisattva and Vimalakirti are very, very interesting and profound. We are truly grateful to His Holiness precious Dharma teaching. Tomorrow, November 19, Sunday at 3 p.m., His Holiness will be at the Rainbow Temple in North Bend, Washington to preside over Vairocana Buddha Homa fire offering ceremony and confer the empowerment of Vairocana and the Garbhadhatu and Vajradhatu mandalas empowerments. Now we are inviting any of you who would like to take refuge to please come forward to the center of the temple and receive the refuge initiation personally from our lineage root guru. If you're not present in person and would like to take refuge, you may send a letter to True Buddha Foundation in Redmond, Washington. This ends the English repetition today. Please remember to return your receivers before you leave tonight. Thank you.
Om
坛城做观想大礼拜，一拜根本传承上师及诸佛。嗡啊吽，观想顶礼，回天心善印。二拜诸菩萨。嗡啊吽，观想顶礼，回天心善印。三拜诸护法金刚。嗡啊吽，观想顶礼，回天心善印。四平等一起手。恭请法王圣尊莲生活佛加持与会四众弟子。西雅图雷藏寺在下个礼拜星期四11月23号晚上有 Paladina， 欢迎大家准备妙食分享。